And what's a miracle? Ask Albert Einstein, one of our greatest thinkers ever. A miracle is simply something you cannot explain because it's too simple. That's all a miracle is. It's too simple to explain for your complicated mind. My life has been filled with miracles. Your life can be filled with miracles. Right now we are mingling minds. Our bodies are separate. I cannot mingle my hand with this fellow's hand. I can press my hand, I can feel the warmth of his hand, I can feel the genuineness of him right now, but I cannot mingle that, but my mind can mingle. My mind is mingling with this gal right now. The way she's looking, the feelings that are showing up, my mind is starting to mingle with all of yours, and yours with mine. And when you mingle minds, I have the capacity to think of all the thoughts that you're thinking. Any thought you're thinking, I can think. Any thought you're thinking is available to me. Andrew Carnegie, the second self-made billionaire, John D. Rockefeller's the first, created a mastermind alliance. Little Scotsman, couldn't speak the king's English, came over to America because he thought that gold ran in the street. He didn't know that was a metaphor. He literally thought gold, why wouldn't you go? Gold is running in the streets. He got here, realized it wasn't running in the streets unless you learned how to turn on the faucet, decided to start a business in the steel company. Didn't know anything about steel, nothing. U.S. Steel Company, made him $1 billion. What did he do? He gathered around him because he was a man who had complete faith in himself, in the visions that he wanted to, all of those abstractions that he wanted to make realities, he believed he could do if he mingled his minds with others who had the information he didn't. And he called it a mastermind alliance. And he had 22 people he would meet with every Thursday night. And they would mingle minds, and he had experts in steel, in business, in banking. And because of his absolute and complete and thorough belief in himself, they wanted to be part of it. Rainmaking is simply that. Gathering together in the name of others with a single cause. Two or more gathered in the name of what? Rainmaking in this case. In this case, you've got 50 or 75 or 80. Gathering in the name of making our lives easily prosperous and abundant with all that is good and beautiful. Now, I don't brag about the fact that I'm worth $50 million because it means anything to me. At one time, it did. One time I was young and arrogant. By the way, I taught, when I got out of school, I taught until 37. And then I want you to know that the infinite, God, fate, providence, whatever you want to call it, is always offering you TOs, transformational opportunities. Providence offered me the deer. I felt it in my heart. I still feel it. Providence offered me Debbie. 17 years teaching. I went from college to teaching. It was the easy way out. I elevated myself above a factory worker. Good enough is good enough, but I had deep down inside of me a desire to be a millionaire. I thought millions of dollars make you happy. Now, I want you to get millions of dollars don't make you happy. They make you damn comfortable if you're miserable, but they don't make you happy. And certainly, if you treat money spiritually and you treat it as an exchange for being able to do wonderful good for the world, the planet, and yourself, then indeed it helps to make you happy. All right, 17 years into teaching, I know I want to quit and be a millionaire. I'm not a doctor. How am I going to do it? I don't know anything else. What am I going to do? Debbie came in to me. She said, Mr. White, I want to decide that I'm smarter than I think I am. Debbie, what in the world does that even mean? You want to decide that you're smarter than you think you are. I want to go to Milton Academy, Mr. White. I want to get a scholarship. But I'm only getting C's, and I don't think I'm that smart. I want to decide I'm smarter. How am I going to do that? I said, well, Debbie, you're going to have to act as though you're smarter than you think you are. You're going to have to go to tutoring after school instead of running out in the street and having the cigarettes with your friends. I see you. You're going to have to go to study hall during study period instead of running in the gym and playing volleyball with your friends. I see you. And you're going to have to do extra credit work. That's what people who think they're smarter than you do. Now, if you're not willing to do what they're doing, you're not going to be able to make it. Son of a gun, she listened to me. She took my advice. She got into Milton Academy and she got a scholarship. And I realized when the student is ready, the teacher shall appear. Thank you, Debbie. You are my teacher. I've got to decide that I am smarter than I think I am if I am going to leave this teaching job and become a millionaire. In what? I started looking in the Boston Globe and they were saying more millionaires are made in real estate than anything else, then I'm going to make it in real estate. And I went to the principal and I said, I'm quitting at the end of June to become a millionaire in real estate. My father and mother said, you don't need one psychiatrist, you need a team of psychiatrists. You've got a perfect health plan. You've got a perfect retirement plan. You've got 17 years in. You've got tenure. They can't even fire you if they want to unless you're outrageously stupid at something. Why would you quit that? Because I want to be a millionaire in real estate. You don't know anything about real estate. I'm going to learn. June came and I packed up, took everything out of my desk, determined to become rich in real estate. I'm walking down Huntington Avenue, Boston. What's that? Brand new book. It's brand new. I might as well pick it up. If it was dirty, I probably wouldn't. Picked it up, turned it over. How to Get Rich in Real Estate by Robert Kent. Look it up, Google it. It's a book. A simple book. Buy a 3-fam, move in one, the other two pay the rent, pay the mortgage, save your money, start, blah, 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 blah. I followed him. Here's the big one. Here's the big one. Curtis said, when you absolutely decide, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help you that would otherwise never occur. In the Boston, he also said back then, there wasn't computers and all that, buy direct from buyers, don't pay broker fees. Back then, and in the Boston Globe classified ads, real estate by sellers, buy direct from sellers, real estate from brokers. I saw a 14-unit for sale. I bought 3. Okay, 18 months later, I have three families. It's working well. It's working well. It tells you how to approach and establish rapport with the mortgage company and the small banks, stuff you could do back then, much more difficult now. I agree, times have changed. 14 units, Freeman and Brown Street, Brookline, for sale by owner. I go out there to look at it with my book in hand, going through the pages. When you go in, look at the hot water heaters, go underneath and see if they're rusty. How's the condition of the kitchen and looking through it. Wow, that's pretty interesting. You like that book? I love this book. It's going to make me rich in real estate. What's your name? Bob White. You know what my name is? No. Robert Kent. He sold me that 14 unit and he became the bank. He said, if you trust in that book, I trust in you. Providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help you that otherwise never would have occurred. See, it's very spiritual, very spiritual. It is. Feel our minds mingling now. I chant to myself. I'm going to give you some tips, RJW, the multimillionaire. RJW, the multimillionaire. I chanted that every day, every evening. When I'd walk around the Jamaica Pond, that's where I lived. RJW, the multimillionaire. RJW, the multimillionaire. Because the subconscious mind, which I must get on board, is 6 years old. It wants to see pictures and it wants to hear rhythm and rhyme. That's why ritual works. That's why ritual works. Create a ritual for yourself. So I chanted it over and over and over until the subconscious mind was completely on board. And how do you know when that is? One day you get up and you get, I already have it before it has come. I already have it before it has come. You can feel the knowingness. It's a feeling. It's not a thinking. It's in here. It's in here. It's not up here. We all have it. Sex, race, creed, color, religious indoctrination, political affiliation, nothing to do with it. When you can get to your mind, the subconscious level, and get it on board with your aims and aspirations, I promise you, you then are a magnet. And all that has to come to you that is right and perfect to support you shall show up in your life.